email a link to me, I'd appreciate that. If not, that's fine. We can proceed without it.
I'll email it to you, Jason.
Excellent. Thank you, Eva. Email a link to me, I'd appreciate that.
I will ask them. Yeah. Okay. That'd be great.
We could start whenever you want.
Good evening and welcome to the September 23rd, 2021 City of Hollister Planning Commission meeting. May I have the posting of agenda, please?
Yes, Mr. Chair. The agenda for the September 23rd, 2021 Planning Commission meeting for the City of Hollister was posted on September 17th, Friday, 2021 at 2:21 p.m.
Thank you, Abraham.
You're welcome.
Commissioner Munzer, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Will you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Roll call, please.
Certainly. Commissioner Seth Munzer.
Here.
Commissioner Jose Fernandez.
Here.
Chairperson David Huboy.
Here.
And I will note that Roxanne Stevens is out. She indicated that she was traveling during the Planning Commission for a work-related matter. So she has an excused absence. And as we all know, Commissioner Salvador Mora ended up having his last commission meeting last month due to him moving out of the city.
That is correct. Thank you, Abraham.
You're welcome.
Have you all had the chance to review the minutes dated August 26th, 2021? If so, I entertain a motion for approval of the minutes.
Second the motion. I was absent for the last meeting, so I'm going to abstain from that.
You were absent. Okay, so I make the motion and Commissioner Fernandez seconds the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Roll call, please.
Yes. Commissioner Jose Fernandez,
Aye.
Commissioner Seth Munzer,
Absent from the last meeting.
Chairperson David Huboy.
Aye.
So if I may, City Attorney Epperson, can you please enlighten us in this?
Yes, I'm going to ask, since we don't actually have three members who were present at the last meeting, that we hold that particular item over to the following Planning Commission, when hopefully we'll have at least three members there. I apologize. Had I been aware of that at the time, I would have spoken up earlier. I didn't mean to waste everyone's time.
Request noted. So we'll hold that over until the next Planning Commission meeting.
Okay, since there was a motion and a second and a vote, does there have to be an additional motion, or is it okay just to move forward?
No, effectively, the motion fails for lack of 3 votes.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see us on the agenda for the next meeting.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Communications from the public on items not listed on the agenda. Any speaker cards?
There are no speaker cards from members of the audience for communications of the public. Paul or Eva, do you see any online?
We have no one online.
Thank you.
And so without any speakers from the attendees or the virtual audience, we move into public hearing number 1. Site and Architectural Review 2021-7 Conditional Use Permit 2021-9 500 San Benito LLC. The applicant is requesting site and architectural approval for the construction of 12 residential units on the upper 3 floors of an existing 4-story building that has an existing restaurant on the 1st floor. The applicant is requesting conditional use permit approval for a variation in the private and common open space requirements. The project is located in a contributing building within the downtown historic district at 500 San Benito Street within the downtown mixed use zoning district, further identified as San Benito County Assessor Parcel Number 054-080-009. CEQA is categorically exempt.
Thank
Abraham?
you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. What I would like to ask and tell the commission is that the City of Hollister Planning Department, we do have an extension of staff who has been assisting us. We have Kimberly Horn. Kimberly Horn has been helping staff, not only planning, but also development services department with engineering services, at times building services, code enforcement services, and planning. It's an on-call. And as Planning Commission knows, we've had a shortage planning. We did have a planner who resigned recently. We have a few that have been out on staff members that have been out on maternity leave. And so we actually asked the assistance of Kimberly Horn, a gentleman who's been helping the city for many years now, who's a part of Kimberly Horn. His name is Tad Stern. And Tad Stern, he is an expert in CEQA and in planning. So he will be actually presenting the report this evening through Zoom. Tad, are you available? Can you hear us?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you so much, Tad. So without further ado, we will have Tad proceed with the presentation of tonight's item.
Thank you very much.
Great.
Thank you. Proceed, please, Ted.
Great. Thank you. Good night. Good night. Good evening, Chairman and members of the commission. And thank you, Abraham. Abraham, will you be advancing my slides for me tonight?
I'll be doing it for you, Tad, but we've got you.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, I'm Tad Stern. I'm with Kimberly Horn. And like Abraham said, I'm happy to be able to help out Abraham and his team on a few projects that are just in the backlog. So I'm happy to help out tonight as well. So this item is 500 San Benito Street. It's site and architectural review 2021-7 and conditional use permit 2021-9 for a planned unit development. Next slide, please. The big picture overview, the applicant is 500 San Benito LLC, and the project is very close by. It's at 500 San Benito Street, right on the southwest corner of 5th and San Benito. It's the former Union Bank building, the Pendergrass Hotel. The applicant is seeking site and architectural review and the CUP for the rehabilitation and reuse of the building. It's a 14,000 square foot building on about 1/10 of an acre on the downtown lot in the core of the downtown. Next. The building itself is a contributor to the Hollister Downtown Historic District. And the project itself is proposing interior and some limited exterior improvements on this 4-story structure. The vast majority of the work is on the interior for the reuse of the building. Restaurant and commercial uses would continue on the ground floor, consistent with the mixed use, downtown mixed use designation. But on the upper 3 floors, 12 residential apartments are proposed 4 on each floor. And on each floor, there would be two 2-bedroom, 2-bath units and two 2-bedroom or two 1-bedroom, 1-bath on each level. So 6 and 6 in all, 6 2-bedroom and 6 1-bedroom units. Other minor elements to the improvements include some lobby and elevator upgrades, a new elevator, and a slight reconfiguration of some walls within the lobby, mostly for code compliance. Next. So here's the building we're talking about. I think we're all pretty familiar with it and where it is. Next slide. Here's the project location for anyone who's not familiar. Here at the corner of San Benito and 5th Street. And what the building is shown there is the building footprint of the lot. It's a 100% coverage over the lot. Next slide. This is the proposed first floor. It's very, very similar to the existing first floor configuration with the restaurant and dining area. The only differences are some minor improvements, like I said, around the stairwell, the opening up the stairwell a bit, and the new elevator, and a slight reconfiguration of the electrical room and lobby area. Next slide. Here's the proposed second floor plan, and this is typical of the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th floors. The two bedrooms are the larger rectangles you can see, and the 1-bedrooms are on the opposite corners. So each floor has 2 2-bedroom and 2 1-bedroom units, and this common corridor and hallway that accesses the stairwell and the elevator. Next slide. Here's the elevation from the outside from 5th Street. The building itself is going to appear very similar to how it does today, but with some cosmetic improvements. Probably the main difference is the proposed replacement of the windows. The existing windows are pretty badly damaged, and so there would be replacement windows that look similar with the historic feel, but are much more energy efficient and modern. And this is just the elevation from San Benito Street. So because the building is in the historic district and it's a contributor to the district, a historic resource evaluation was conducted. The building was built in 1928, and it is a contributor to the downtown historic district. And because of that, and because the proposed exterior treatments, the city contracted for a conformance evaluation prepared by a qualified historic architect from Dudek. And that report was just completed, and it did conclude that with the window types that are being proposed and the other limitations on the exterior changes, that the project as it's being proposed does conform with the Secretary of Interior's standards for rehabilitation. So basically some sensitivity went into the design and the selection of the materials in order to not impact that integrity of the building as a contributor to the district. Next. So in staff's analysis and review of the project, in terms of the general plan, the project is consistent with the downtown commercial and mixed use designation and the vision for the mixed use reuse of downtown buildings. Similar with project zoning, project is consistent with the vision and intent of the zoning district to bring residential downtown. The CUP is required because, like I said, the building is 100% site coverage. There's really nowhere to put private or public open space. If you tried to put balconies on the units, then you'd be impacting the historic integrity of the building, and there's just really no room. And so they're asking for some relief from that through the CUP. The density, it does reflect the intended uses and mix of the downtown designation, and the project is consistent with the AMBAG sustainable community strategies because it's downtown, it's near shopping, it's near other city services and near transit. So it's compatible with that strategy. It's in the Hollister Downtown Parking Assessment District, and for that reason, it doesn't have a specific parking requirement, but would pay into common parking in the downtown area. And finally, the project is exempt from CEQA under a Class 31 CEQA exemption because it is providing a restoration or rehabilitation of an existing building, and that is a class that is exempt from further CEQA review. Next. So based on that and the merits of the project and its consistency with the general plan and the vision of the downtown core, staff recommends adopting the resolution for approving site and architectural review, subject to findings and conditions in the draft resolution. And similarly, staff recommends adopting the resolution approving the conditional use permit 2021-9, also subject to the findings and conditions contained in the draft resolution in the staff report package. So that concludes the staff report and recommendation, and can be available for questions.
Thank you, Tad. Any questions on the staff report?
I have no questions. I have no questions.
Okay, with no questions on the staff report, I will open up the public hearing now at 6:17. Any speaker cards on this item?
Chairperson Huboy, we have no speaker cards at this time, but we do have the project manager, the architect, and the property owners present. Not sure if anybody from the audience would like to address the commission.
Sure, I will.
Sure.
Go hit the green button.
You could just speak on the microphone. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Walt Oxley. This is my wife, Adrienne Oxley. We're co-owners with our son, Anthony Oxley, on the building. We're excited to be in Hollister. We have some other ties here. A lot of our employees work here, live here. We have a construction company in San Jose, California, and we've done a little bit of developing and rehab of this type in the past, and really looking forward to this project. We're excited about this project and bringing some housing to the downtown area. We're sensitive, I think, to the historic preservation of the building. That's what we like. We like the older buildings. And this one's a nice solid one with a lot of nice history. I hear even the Ghost Channel was coming to do a scene on it before COVID came. So the new restaurant tour is hoping you can get them back in there. So anyway, I just wanted to introduce ourselves, let you know who we are, let you know that we're excited to be here in Hollister. We really have so far. It's been a pleasure working with y'all. It's a far cry different from where we are in San Jose, and it's very pleasant to deal with you. So just wanted to say hi. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Walt. Appreciate that.
Is there anybody on Zoom, Eva or Paul, that?
I do not believe we have anyone on Zoom, but give me 1 second.
Anyone from
Thank
the
you.
virtual audience? Care to
Yes,
speak
we
on
have
this?
no hands raised.
Thank you, Walt. Anybody else from the members of the public?
Just a question. I toured the building years ago. It was like walking through history up in the upper levels there, the old Pendergrast Hotel. I know there's quite a bit of hazmat there. Are you engaged in the hazmat phase part of the project? Have you started that yet, or?
Yes, sir, we have. We obtained a permit in order to remove all the asbestos and hazardous materials out of the building. That's already been done, and all of it is gone. We've got a demo permit, and we have actually started demolition of the upper 3 floors.
Okay. And on the structural integrity of the building, can you bring us up to date on that structural issue of being, it was built in 1928. Have you had an analysis or a report from a structural engineer?
We have, yes. So we've brought out a concrete expert. Our specialty is wood framing and steel. That's what we do in San Jose. We do it for a lot of mixed use type projects already. We did probably our most famous one or infamous one is Santana Row. And so we brought out a structural concrete person out of San Francisco who came and analyzed it. It actually is rebar reinforced, the whole building, which was great to find out. And it's square rebar, which is a big advantage to other things that were used at that time. The concrete has good integrity, seemed good.
Did you have a compression test on the concrete?
They did some compression test, not as extensive. We'll probably do a little bit more to confirm some things once we engage with our structural engineer. We have a structural engineer. He's been out, he's walked it. His comment was it's got great bones. So that was good to hear. And so, yeah, we're familiar with the fact that it's on a minor fault line through there. And we're going to make sure, like I say, we do steel. So how we would reinforce most of it would be with steel. Bringing it up to any seismic requirements that we need to do. And like I say, we do framing. So structurally, we're pretty sound builders.
All right. Well, that concludes my questions.
Okay. Anybody else? Why I'm up?
Any other?
All right.
Thanks again,
Thank you, Walt.
Mr. Ashley. Anyone from the audience? Other on the project team, architect? See the architect is here this evening.
Yes, I am the architect for the team.
Yeah.
And we're very excited about restoring a building that's been sitting empty for so long.
Oh, great. Yeah.
And we have addressed the technical issues, structural, and we will be dealing also with some of the other, putting in new electrical systems, new mechanical systems, new plumbing systems. So it'll look like an old building, but it's going to be all new inside.
Okay. Did you have any questions for the project architect?
I don't have any questions.
No? Do not. Okay. Any other speakers?
No more speakers, Mr. Chair.
Okay, I'll close the public hearing now at 6:24. Bring it back to the commission. I just want to say is that, 1928, 1927, that was quite a year for Hollister. I know 1927, they built the Veterans Memorial Building. There is another building that has good bones. That's what we said back then, I was proud to be part of that project. And this really is what we had. I mean, that building's been sitting up there with no use for a long time. I know there's been some activity on the restaurant on the first floor, but I'm just really happy to see that the building is being looked at and it's being restored to not like the Pendergrast exactly hotel, but you're going to have some dwelling units up above. And some of these old buildings, there's a lot of difficulty factors when you try to introduce residential units on vacant upper levels with the exiting. But this one has you have two exits. You do have the emergency exit, and now you're going to have some actual suites up there with more spacious than the single room occupancies that were there originally. Yeah,
It should be nice.
I think so. And I guess the only modification is for pretty much the windows and to replace the windows and
Yeah, we have a great window.
keeping the historic integrity of the building. That's great.
Like to look up and, they meet the fire egress, they meet all the current Title 24 standards and everything, and I think it's going to be really nice.
Did you have to, so for the walls, or in terms of the energy, are you having to add some insulation or in some ways because you have reinforced concrete? I'm just curious, are you?
We haven't actually
addressing
addressed that yet. We're not that far into the plans, so I don't actually know the answer to that yet. But we'll make sure that we have very energy efficient and good and tight on that end.
Great. Well, I think I applaud you for taking this project on. I know it's challenging and I think from what I see here, I think you're certainly on the right track.
Great. Well, thank you.
Yeah. Any other comments from my fellow commissioners?
Only comment is I've seen this building for many years as a lifelong resident to San Benito, and I've talked to many people about somebody doing the same project that you guys. So I'm thankful that you're taking on that challenge. You're willing to pick it up, and I wish you guys the best of luck with it. And I know you're going to have some challenges, and I hope those challenges you're able to overcome with ease.
Yeah, well, so
Yeah.
far, so good. So, but thank you.
Yeah.
Biggest
No,
one's
thank
with
you.
PG&E.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Well, I am happy that you're moving along on it too
Yeah.
with the abatement and hazmat, because I know there was quite a bit there.
We've got it all figured out how we're gonna get power to it.
Mm-hmm.
We've got everything resolved there, I think, pretty well.
Okay. So if that concludes questions and comments, what is the pleasure of the planning commission on this?
If there's no other comments, I'd like to make a motion to adopt a resolution approving site and architectural review 2021-7, subject to the findings and conditions contained in the draft resolution.
PC 2021-27.
Any further discussion on that motion? Do I have a second?
I second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Roll call, please.
Certainly. Commissioner Seth Munzer,
Aye.
Commissioner Jose Fernandez,
Aye.
Chairperson David Huboy.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0. Thank you.
All right, congratulations. All right, best of luck.
We do have
Great, thank
a
you.
conditional use permit as well.
Oh,
I'll make the motion to adopt a resolution approving the conditional use permit 2021-9, subject to the findings and conditions contained in the draft resolution.
And that's 2021-28.
Thank you.
further discussion on the motion? Do I have a second?
I second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Conditional use permit has been approved. All right.
Roll call?
All right, you're welcome.
Do we need a roll call on this one?
Great.
Okay,
That's great.
So-
Roll call, please.
sure. Commissioner Seth Munzer,
Aye.
Commissioner Jose Fernandez,
Aye.
Chairperson David Huboy.
Aye.
Thank you. Unanimously approved.
Great, great.
Congratulations, you guys.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations and thank you. Thank you very much.
Pleasure meeting you all.
It's nice. My pleasure. Likewise. Okay.
Here's the other half.
Good luck with it all.
Yeah, thanks for attending tonight. Yeah, well, it's good. Good things are happening in the city of Hollister.
And thank you very much, Ted.
Yeah. That's great. I hope they heard that comment on CMAP.
You guys did a great job on the decks outside. I mean, I look at all the other downtown areas and it's all a mismatch of different things.
Uh-huh.
What you guys have in the continuity and how you make it flow, great job on that.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much on that. Appreciate that. Okay. So we're on the agenda here. That was the only item on public hearings.
That's correct.
Okay. And oh, I'm looking at the wrong. All right. So we go to new business.
Thank you, Chairman Huboy. City has no new business at this time.
Any old business?
Do not have any old business at this time either. Thank you.
Okay. Planning department reports.
We do not have any planning department reports at this time either.
No planning department reports. Planning commission reports.
I have no commission reports.
I'll just say a shout out to the San Benito County Chamber of Commerce for their dinner dance, which was on a nice warm Saturday at Leal Vineyards, and all the award winners there, and it was really had a great time sitting next to fellow members of the Green Business Committee. You know, Sean Novak, of course,
Yeah.
we all know who he is. And speaking of the San Benito County Green Business Committee, I attended the Green Business Gathering, and there were several awards given out to the green businesses of San Benito County and City of Hollister. And that was over at Benet and the parklet out there. And it was very, very celebratory. And again, congratulations to the green business that got their awards. That was on last Tuesday. So yeah, it was my pleasure to be part of that. And those are my reports.
Thank you.
So we go into adjournment. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
A motion that we adjourn.
A second?
I have a motion, a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 We are adjourned.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night, Jason.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone on the virtual audience. We'll see you on the fourth Thursday of, which is the October 28th.